welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome to my channel if you're new here.
1, 2, 3.
Today we are joined by my mother once again, just mum. Today we're going to do a girl talk, so I've done a few of these on my channel, but I thought it'd be interesting to get mum in, because I always get questions about like, oh, how do I tell my mum this, or what do I do this, and I feel like I don't fully...
Yeah.
I mean, not that we know what
experts.
to say anyway.
Yeah, we're no experts.
Yeah, it's just personal,
tiny disclaimer.
Personal advice and
Yeah,
experiences.
Yeah.
Someone said tips on having strict parents.
What would you say? What, are we strict?
No. I feel like...
At all?
with
No?
like some things. But I don't know what you can say tips of strict parents. I just feel like if it's like they're not actually letting you do anything, you have to like obviously respect their opinion and what they like want to let you do and what they don't want to let you do.
I think it depends what strict with what though as well. What's that about? Is that about curfews,
well, let's just take it in the opinion of let's just take it like that.
Yeah, I think
I feel like it's not like
off the cuff from a parent perspective. I think
you have to respect it a bit, really. It's not.
Yeah, I always think there's two sides to it though. What they're being strict about, your safety. So if it's your safety, then it's important that you discuss it because your parents worry. And important that you be honest with each other, because if you share, then they're going to be less worried. Sorry. Yeah, I think it depends what it is. Why are parents strict though? Because everybody.
I think it's going to be like that.
Yeah, at any
probably
point,
like strict, like drinking underage, not letting you like maybe go out with your friends,
stay out late,
that late.
or I don't know. It really depends what kind of strict. And I think if you're open and honest with each other.
Yeah, I feel like you have to respect it, but then have that conversation as well.
Yeah,
then.
have conversations, find out what's worrying them, see if you can put their mind at rest. And just sharing.
Maybe meeting
I think sharing
a happy
more.
medium.
Yeah, compromising, being able to discuss it, put your point across as eloquently as you can.
Yeah, I think the thing is, the more like open you are, and the more you talk about like what you're actually doing when you're out, the more they'll trust you. So the more they'll let you do. The more you like rebel and say you're strict and stop telling them what you're doing. Yeah. Like you won't be able to ever have that conversation if you're rebelling, because then they'll get more strict, you'll rebel more. And
just be clear about what your boundaries are. So if you know what you can and can't do and what it is that worries them, so you know if they've absolutely trusted you and something that you're surprised at and you think, oh, I consider them to be really strict, I didn't think they were going to let me do that. So if they let you do something, make sure that you
don't like abuse it.
Don't abuse it, and keep in touch. So if you've put an agreement in place that if it gets to a certain time or you're late or something, you're going to text, then do that. So I think both just talk. I think. Talk and find out what it is.
Someone said meeting my boyfriend's parents for the first time, advice please.
Oh,
first. Congrats.
You could go first, yeah.
I don't think there is advice. Go in, be polite, be respectful, be you, and I feel like there's not much you can.
Yeah, be yourself. And just kind of like if your boyfriend's helpful and can tell you a few things, so if there's certain rules.
Okay.
Yeah. I broke one, I think, once. Like kind of went upstairs to have a chat with
sisters.
Yeah, sisters who dragged me upstairs to show me some posters, things like that. And
you weren't allowed upstairs.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was not allowed. That obviously just wasn't the most appropriate thing at the time, because I hadn't.
Like 60 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. In those days.
But yeah, I think that's. I don't feel like there's much advice.
Creating, I get that it's important to want to create a good first impression.
Yeah, of course.
So good first impression is helpful to know.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing actually. Yeah, like what the house. You'll probably know anyway if you know him really well, like what he's like what his house is like. He's probably spoke about it, but yeah.
Depends like how different you are, probably very much the same, but if you come from very different backgrounds, there might be different cultural things that you might want to respect when you go in, or know a little bit more about, or so it's just kind of getting to know each other.
Yeah, but general advice from meeting parents, like, there's not much really.
Yeah, try and be yourself.
You know, he likes you for you, so they probably will as well.
Yeah. And don't worry too much.
Yeah, just don't be nervous. Like, they're his parents, they're going to be like quite similar, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
How to tell your mum you've started your period. I've started and I've struggled with it, and then other people are asking about missed and late periods. I don't know. Advice to tell your mum.
It's
surely
very different.
You can tell your mum.
It depends what kind of relationship you've got already. So how open you are already with each other, and what discussions you've already had about periods. So you could maybe use that as an opener. So, Mum, do you remember that discussion we had a while ago about?
Yeah, okay.
That discussion I told you about at school, or whatever it might be.
But then clearly they've like not really spoken about it, probably then.
Yeah, probably.
Because if you've spoken about it before, you'd tell her when you started. Because you like gave me things for when it happened. Yeah, so we'd already had that conversation. So I told, so like there was nothing to be like.
Yeah, in case
I've
I was
started.
around,
You know what I mean?
Whatever, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I text you. I was at dance and I texted you. Just started my period.
Isn't it funny? Yeah. think.
And I was like, don't tell
you did.
anyone. And you told Rachel.
told
Our
my best
family
friend
friends
straight
were
away.
here.
It's like, oh.
Mum's best friend was here for the weekend, and I was like, don't tell anyone, because they were all out in Broadstairs, and I was meeting them after. And Rachel looked at me and was like, you alright? I was like, yes, Rachel.
I did. She wasn't meant to let you know
not that
that I
much of a
told
big
you.
deal at all, but you know you and
No.
you're just really embarrassed at the
Yeah,
time.
but I think to help that person, I think some way you kind of need to think about what discussions you've had with your mum already.
So if they haven't, what would you say?
If you haven't completely.
Yeah, if you've never, she's clearly like
Very
not really
difficult to
spoken
know
about it.
if you don't know the people though, isn't it?
No, I know,
So I
but
would
like a
say,
general.
yeah, think of something on a more personal level that your mum's helped you with or that you've discussed, and use that as an opener, and you could then introduce what you want to as a result.
Or
of
make
that.
it really casual, and
Yeah.
like when you're in like Tesco or something, be like, oh, can I like grab some pads? Or like, Mum, will you take me to go and get some
Yeah,
pads
I
or
don't
something?
know about that. That's a very open public place to then your mum to find out. that
Okay, yeah,
you
no,
might
maybe
need
not.
it.
But
Yeah.
before you go then, or like, can we go
Yeah,
to
I
Tesco? I
think-
need to get...
Think about you and your mum's relationship and find a way to bring the conversation up. And she's probably thinking about it just as much as you are, so she'll probably be relieved to talk to you about it and help you.
Yeah,
I think
like your mum's waiting
you
for you to
might-
tell her. She knows it's going to happen. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. So
She's waiting
you
for it.
could easily be overthinking it.
Yeah,
unnecessarily.
probably. We'll quickly do. I feel like there's not much to say about missed late periods. It's really normal. I remember I had my first period in May, and it was like August, September, and I still hadn't had my second one.
Yeah,
That's normal when you start, but obviously if it gets a bit much,
yeah,
you
they
probably
can be
need to go and get
irregular.
it seen to.
But I would say,
if it's major, then yeah, obviously you just need to really go to the doctors.
yeah, I would say just monitor it though.
Yeah.
And keep an adult informed. So if you're talking to your mum or your big sister or whoever it is,
Yeah.
someone sensible that can advise you. I wouldn't say ignore it, monitor it, just in case.
Yeah, no, don't ignore it, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, you pay
but
attention
also don't
to it.
over
but
worry or overthink.
that's
about
what I mean, it is like normal, especially at the
Yeah, it
beginning,
is
if it's
quite-
not every month or if it's every like however long.
Yeah.
How to tell your mum that you have a boyfriend / talking to someone and you want to go and meet up with them. So I'm
What would you
guessing
do?
maybe first time.
Yeah.
Well, this just happened to me and I just got too
Yes, to
excited.
be
I had
fair,
to tell
yeah,
you.
did, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I just went on a date with this boy and it was really good.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of like what we do, and I'd hope you'd just tell me, especially if it's somebody you've met online, because I just think it's so different nowadays.
Yeah.
If you met them online, I just want you to make sure you're safe.
They're
as a
not
mum.
talking about like
Yeah.
online, they're just saying I have a boyfriend and how do I tell my mum?
Oh right, okay. Just tell them.
Yeah, but like some people can't
Introduce
talk like
it.
that.
Oh well, you could say, well, the mum might have
I
noticed.
feel like
patterns.
it is just an awkward
I think a
conversation
mum might
you've
have
got to
noticed
say.
patterns that you've been.
Mums
popping out.
know, like your mum is
Yeah, I
waiting for you
think
to
so.
tell her. Your
Yeah.
mum knows.
You notice someone smiling, happier,
Yeah,
stuff
literally.
going on.
A few days before, mum's like, you've been really smiling.
Someone's making you smile.
Yeah, mum. I feel like mums
Mum's
know.
notice. So
Yeah.
I'd say you could go there.
It's just an awkward conversation where you just have to sit down and be like,
Is it awkward?
if you don't talk about stuff like that,
Oh right.
but there's
okay.
not really a way around it. You do just have to
Yeah.
kind of sit down and be like, so like, there's this guy,
Yeah.
and I
And
should probably
share.
be happy about it.
Share information.
Yeah. Someone said, when did we start opening up to each other about more adult things?
Gosh, could you put a time on it, or did it happen gradually as each thing like that came up? I think
Yeah, probably.
conversations about thongs, or conversations about periods, then conversations about boys.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I don't know.
don't
I'd
think
say
I could
about
put.
15ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably about like yeah.
Yeah, I think most mums would probably say every opportunity you have where it comes up, you'll try and have a conversation that will lead to something else.
Yeah, because
Um,
obviously every like the first one's probably a bit like a bit cringe, like oh I don't want to talk to mum about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And then it will just get like easier and easier.
yeah. The more
older
open
you
you
get,
are,
the
you
more,
realise
like-
it's probably not even that cringe,
No.
as you say.
No, but that's what I mean about the first time. Your mum's like, oh, so like, if you like kissed a boy, if you like, oh, you're like, I don't want to tell you that stuff. But then you're like, oh yeah, it's actually really normal.
Yeah, I think
It's
the
just
more
as you mature.
Yeah, as you mature, the more you talk about the smaller things, the bigger things aren't that big a deal.
Yeah,
If that
that's
makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah, relationship one.
Ooh.
I'm in a great relationship, but he keeps lying to me about silly little things. What should I do? If this was me and I came to you, I'm just
There's
such
a couple of
talker.
different statements there, though, isn't there? That it's
Great
relationship.
Yeah, but it's just like lying about silly things probably then, like...
Yeah.
She said silly things, so I'm guessing
Silly,
like...
yeah, but if I think if you've noticed it and you brought it up, they're not that silly. They're important to you.
Yeah.
They're important to you. So I think
Yeah,
you need
okay,
to
fair.
reach. Yeah, you need to reach a stage where you've got trust.
I always just
and
say,
you're
yeah,
open
you
and
just need to
honest.
say then.
Yeah, I think the best way around it is to just say.
Mum.
Oh, sorry. Completely not for
Jesus. You literally knocked that over.
Banned from the bedroom. Yeah, I don't think lying's good. And
No,
obviously
of course
isn't making
not.
that person feel good.
No,
Feel
of
good.
course
So
not.
you've got to have trust. Because if they're lying about little things, you'll be left wondering if they're lying about
anything
more.
else. Yeah.
So it's really important.
You
I
just
think
need
you've
to
just got to
talk.
say it.
Yeah,
You've got to
that's
say
just
how you
it.
feel
Like
about
you're not
that.
going to get. I'm not going to tell you to like get over the fact that he's lying. Like you need to talk to him about it. You
And if
can't
it's a
just
great
ignore it.
relationship, I'd imagine that you're already talking well and communication is good. So you should be able to talk about the small things if you think they're little silly things.
I think things like that, it's always just like, you just need to talk. Yeah, everything's just how do I tell parents, how do I tell parents? How to tell parents you want to go on birth control.
Again, I think that depends, doesn't it, on how
I'm going to guess it's, yeah, I'm just going to guess it's not.
Yeah, okay.
And like, you're having like
it's
sex
really
for the first time, so you
find-
don't know that that's happening yet. Maybe it's not a boyfriend, maybe it's like...
I think they're big life decisions, so it's really important that you find a way to talk to a parent or a trusted adult so that they can guide you what steps, so you don't do it alone.
But like...
It's really hard. But I think
it is.
Parents equally so want to know more than you think because they want to be the ones that guide you and help you and take you and give you the right advice and are there for you. I think it's really important you find a way to tell them.
No, it is important, but it is a really hard thing to bring up.
Yeah, that's why. And I think, like we said, it depends on the relationship.
Because if you're with someone for like a year or whatever,
not going
or
to want you to.
Yeah, they're going to tell you off.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like supportive. They'll be like, no, you're not having sex. No, you don't need it.
I know. Yeah.
And then
so
you're left
really
to like do it by
depend on the
yourself.
relationship, but it's important. I would say think about your relationship and find a way to tell a parent that you want to do that if it's for the first time, and especially, obviously, ideally, you should be over 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you should anyway. Like even if you're like whatever. Because when you go, like, they ask you so many questions about past and history and this and that. And even if you're going at 18, like, you might not know the answer. Like, your mum might have had something that really didn't work for her. And if you just had that conversation, you'd know that.
Yeah.
So I feel like, obviously 16, but even if you are over 16, like, it probably still is. You probably still should tell someone. Do you know what I mean? But it is hard.
Yeah, I think so. I think that bit's hard. But I do think that...
it's like the boyfriend thing. It's just like you do have to say. So it is going to be an awkward conversation, but you just have to try.
And if you've got a good girlfriend friendship group, talk to the people that are your age and just ask them what they did and how they went about it, because you're probably from similar backgrounds if you're together and friends.
Or if you have like aunties that you feel like you're closer to.
Oh, that's why I said trusted adult.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, and then they might be able to like help you tell your mum.
Yeah,
because sometimes aunties see people as like, oh, fun auntie, like,
yeah,
and they can help them, like,
to talk to. But equally,
just
so
anyone.
sometimes I just think mums can kind of think, oh, why didn't you just come to me first?
That's the thing.
All depends on your relationship. Depends on your relationship. So think about that and think about what steps you can take to tell them.
Question for your mum: does more body confidence come with age? You're both gorgeous, by the way. Thanks.
Oh.
I always thought it did, really. Like, the older you get, the less you care about what you look like. No?
Yeah, I think so. I just think, and also you think you're always, I think someone said to me once, you're always at the youngest point you're ever going to be at any stage. So enjoy it while you can and then just be you and enjoy your body.
Yeah.
And be confident. Don't compare.
But would you say it does?
I think it comes with age, yeah. And I think the
less you care about having like a tiny waist or like big lips or like...
Well, the less you care as well, I think, about what you see in magazines and stuff like that and on TV, because you're a bit more real about what it's all about.
Yeah.
Whereas
and the thing is, you've seen as well, I feel like you've seen, like, for example, now, like, the trendy way to look is like, people would even say like flat chest now, big bum, like maybe lip fillers, stuff like that. But like, I feel like you've seen like different trends of how like...
Careful.
What do you mean?
Over time, yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah, but like, I feel like that's
what you were going to say. Over 6 decades, Mum.
No, I feel like eyebrows. Like, eyebrows 2 years ago, you wanted really thin eyebrows. Now everyone wants big eyebrows. I feel like you've seen that
things
like...
come and go. Things come and go.
So you can't always fit to the same standard.
Yeah, really think about what you're going to do if there's if something's trending. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean, like a trending kind of good look.
Yeah, like years ago it was like kind of trendy to shave your eyebrows off completely and have a pencil thin line.
Yeah, and everyone's doing it now. They shave their tail off.
Quite bold and
they go like, they just have an eyebrow like this.
Yeah. And I'm not saying don't do that if you want to do that.
No, but that's what I mean. I feel like at the moment we've kind of only seen like, oh, because like Kardashian figure, that's the only thing that's really been like in trend. Whereas like when you were younger, it was like a bad thing to have like a big bum, wasn't it?
I can't remember. It depends what. So how was
I just always feel like people in TV shows are like, oh, does my bum look big in this?
It was a kind of hourglass figure era when I was kind of a teenager. Then you went the different. I won't name models, but different models made it kind of
be different. Yeah.
So, more trendy to be really slimline and skinny and. and then as you said, it's gone full circle again, and now it's
that's what I mean. Yeah. What's your opinion on hookup culture?
I don't even know what that is. What's
so like
culture?
Kind of like
so one night
stands, and like people like, have you ever heard when people say like a hoe phase?
I've heard that word, and I think I've had to ask you to explain what it means.
Like one night stands and just like hooking up with different people, like kind of like, don't know, like teenage or like uni, like having fun, or
haven't men done that forever? Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I think it's only discussed more because I just think
that was good.
Shouldn't say that, maybe you should edit that.
No, that was good, that's fair. No, that's good.
I just think we discuss it more now because girls are saying why
can't we? Like girls can enjoy sex as well, kind of thing.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, be safe.
That's what I was about to say, as long as it's safe and consensual, sleep with who you want.
I wasn't going for that, Megan. Be safe, do you? As long as you're not hurting anybody, that's really important too.
Safe, consensual.
Yeah, and very emotionally aware of the emotional impact. I think that's really important of that. I really do think that's important.
Yeah, because some you will see, and I feel like some girls can just do it and they don't, like, it won't faze them. But I know I have friends that if they did that, like they wouldn't be able to. I feel like some girls can sleep with people and it's fine, and some girls sleep with someone and it's like, oh no, I really like them.
Yeah.
Whereas they might have just thought like it's nothing.
Yeah, and I think
so I feel like that aspect of it, you kind of have to know where you stand with that. But
and it's about both of you, not just one, like you said. I think being consensual is important, and just that you mutually both in the same place and the other person was well aware of that.
This one, I don't. I have a question for you actually after as well that I've just thought of. How to know when it's the right time to break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend? I think if you're asking that question, it's probably the right time. I think if you're thinking when's the right time to break up with you, it's like, well, clearly now. Why would you be thinking that if you don't want to break up with someone? Yeah,
I think if it's on your mind and you're thinking about that, then I agree.
I think so. Because people have said this to me before, I'm like, what do you mean when's the right time? Like, if you're not...
I could imagine.
If you're questioning it, like, why are you?
That you don't really think about if you're in love.
If it's not in your mind,
and it's you wouldn't even be thinking about that.
Yeah, if you didn't want to break up, you wouldn't be thinking when's the right time to break up.
Yeah, and I think when you're thinking that, then even you should start to have those discussions, because what is it that's making
it could be saved.
Feel like that? And it could be something that you could both invest in it a bit more.
That question just made me think. I've been asking people.
You're going to put me on the spot now.
No, I've been asking people this question a lot because I don't agree with it. Do you agree with right person, wrong time?
Oh, what to be with? You can be with the right person. So
you can meet the right person, but like people say like, oh, it was just when people break up, they're like, oh, right person, wrong time.
Yeah, I would have to say yeah.
You do?
I do. Maybe they're not the right person, so I get that.
If they're the right person, I don't think there's a wrong time.
Yeah, that's true, because you might come to a mutual agreement about what it is that you think is now going to change in your life or have to change.
Like people say like right person, wrong time, like if they're moving away. I'm like, well, if it's the right person, maybe you can make it work.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's the right person, there's no wrong time.
But maybe that's often people tell stories of where it was the right person and they've gone off to do their thing because they thought that was getting in the way, and they go and do what they think was their kind of life goals or dream, and then they've never quite been right because they think, I still want that person, so all of this hasn't made me happy, I want to be with that person. So yeah, I'm probably contradicting myself, but I think it's hard to know, don't you? Don't you think everyone's individual?
Yeah, but I just don't think I believe in right person, wrong time. I think it's the right person, it's always the right time.
Yeah.
You've just got to make it work.
Yeah, but then people would never divorce or never be. So when you
absolutely, not the right person.
Yeah, but you could go on saying that forever then, couldn't you? I wasn't the right person, second marriage was the right person, third person. I get that. But at that moment in time, that is the right person for you.
Yeah.
You totally believe that, otherwise you wouldn't have
got married.
Yeah,
but when you come to the end...
Yeah. Gosh, that's a mega long discussion. Surely that's like a big girly night out discussion, that.
I don't think so. Let me know what you think about right person, wrong time. I think I've just seen it on a few people's Instagram stories and everyone's like, yeah, I believe in that. I just don't think I do. Let me know down below your opinion. But I don't have any more questions.
Okay, cool.
That's it. Thanks so much for all your advice.
I'm not sure I gave any advice actually. I forget, and I think we're just sitting here chatting.
I feel like we're just this whole video is probably like, just talk it out. Just sit down and talk it out. Yeah, like that is just
get to know each other, whether it's a relationship with your mum or with your boyfriend or with your boyfriend's
communication is
parents.
key.
Yeah, just be yourself and find a way to talk.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know down below if you did. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And yeah, hope you have the best day ever. Stay safe and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.